Polite inquiries with George Dobell, Jarrod, Kimber. Vidi Yadhar says, could Ashes be one-sided with Australia beating England 3 or 4-0?
They could. They could. I fear they could.
It's a big stretch at this point, though, isn't it?
No. I think, yes, I'm afraid it could be. I hate to say it. But the first, how many days we had in this series? 6, because there wasn't a 5th day in the first test. They've been incredibly one-sided.
I think we have to assume that at one stage or another, Australia is going to have another couple of batting collapses.
Well, what if England are shot mentally? What if we've reached a tipping point? See, I think
tipping point.
Tipping point.
Malcolm Gladwell.
I think that we might be at that stage where they look very jaded and a bit shell-shocked.
The next question is from Thomas Pringle, who says, did anyone see this Australia turning up? Well, there was a lot of yapping from the Australian media, but I wouldn't say that even they really believed it coming in.
I didn't. Hello, Thomas Pringle, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it happening at all. I think they've...
Even Darren Lehmann, I don't think.
Well, I think
really
Lehmann, to be fair, he's been proved right. I thought Lehmann was a bit of a buffoon, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that at the moment it looks like he's playing a blinder.
Who would you say the weakest link in the English team is at the moment? And Andrew David Clarke says, when will Flower come under pressure for the slow way England start overseas tours and their dull playing style? This is the dull playing style they got to #1 with, so he's probably not going to get, a lot of flack for that. And to be fair, Cook's taken most of the flack for that anyway. And the overseas starts, they're losing. They just should get flack for losing, shouldn't they?
Ashes series tend to be watershed moments, and players and coaches tend to depart after bad Ashes series.
I think the only way that he basically has to reinvent the way he goes about it to stay in the job. And I don't think he really wants to do that, so I think he'll slip away quietly very soon.
The other question was about who's the weak link. Matt Pryor's not looking very good. He kept poorly, and I don't think I've ever seen him keep that poorly, not since he came back into the side.
Sarah Rueda says, where will Clarke rank on the list of best cricketers in Australia once he retires?
She's the girl who broke the story about the announcer at Alice Springs, by the way. What was the question about Michael Clarke? He was fantastic today. What do you think?
I think he's still a long way away from Australia's greatest ever cricketers, and I don't think he's quite conquered away tests at the moment. So I think that there's always hype when he makes runs at home, but he's got the most hundreds ever at Adelaide, he's got the most hundreds ever at the Gabba. Sort of tells you that he scores a lot of hundreds at home. Sridhar says, do you think England can survive Johnson and his mate's nightmare? I'm assuming he means the nightmare of facing them, rather than...
Well, all the indications are so far that no.
Adam Twitty says, is Swan's bowling too one-dimensional? His lack of flight dip drift makes him no threat on flat tracks. I think we don't think he's bowling very well, and his body may be, beyond its best.
His dip and flight, call it what you will, that's been one of the hallmarks of his game. He's absolutely brilliant.
In general, but he's not doing it at the moment.
I think a lot of the England team have lost like 2%, 5%, call it what you will.
8%?
A bit of an edge.
Henry Innes says, do you think Johnson's action significantly changed since his last test appearance? No.
Not significantly, but a little bit.
No, don't think it's changed
I think he's running in better balance, he's running harder.
I actually think the difference is that basically while he was away from the Australian team, no one was telling him to try and swing the ball, and he's came in and bowled fast, which is what I always thought he did best. And I think any time you try and make him subtle or a swing bowler or a clever bowler, you're basically misunderstanding what Mitchell Johnson is, and now they've got him back to what he should be, and he also looks a bit hungrier because he's getting old now, and this is his last chance to really make a mark on it, and he should be like he is right now all the time. Stephen Mudge says, with the Kiwi not taking enough top orbital wickets to prevent 570, which country will England turn to next?
Oh, it's just so boring. England's a multicultural country. For goodness sake. Well, how old was he when he moved to England?
Most importantly, with Afghanistan.
It is a multicultural country, a mobile society. The team reflects that.
Dan Singh says, Clarke is a play of beauty. Do you two think he can find a place in Indian team if he plays like this? I think that no matter how many runs he makes, he may not make the Indian team. It's controversial, but that's just how I believe it's going to be. Has an opener ever missed a cricket ball by as much as Cook did when he got bowled? There were some great West Indian openers in the early to mid-2000s, some of which looked like they were handling a bat for the first time. I'm sure one of them must have missed the ball.
What was the name of that? Who was the one who hit it miles, West Indies opener?
Brenico Morton?
No, before that.
Stuart Williams?
No, go on.
Sherwin Campbell?
Tall fella. Oh, please remember.
I've given you like 19 openers.
I could look on my Facebook page, put a photo of him.
Ball Control asks, how much money would it cost you to place a Mitch new ball over without any padding? I probably would.
Without any padding?
Just for fun. I
think I'd love to if I, was playing. Not without padding, though. That's madness.
It'd be fun.
It would for
a couple of balls.
You wouldn't have a couple of balls. That would be the problem.
And the last one is from Nordic Mosquito, who says, how many live chickens could you hold at one time?
Probably no more than 7.
You couldn't hold 7. That's a lie.
I could 7 live chickens.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.